to part 2 of the Q&A. I had so many good questions that I really want to try and fit them all in. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing every single one, but I'm going to try and do as many as I can. So if you haven't seen a part 1 of my Q&As, go back and watch that. You might learn something about me that you never knew. Right, let's move on. So where did we get up to? We got up to the lovely Anne. So thank you, Anne, for your question. Hi Mazzy, will you be spending winter in the motorhome? Also, what jobs have you worked in your life? Yes, we're going to be spending, don't know what that is. Yes, we're going to be spending winter in the motorhome. This year for us in particular, though, is going to be different. We've never sort of had heat on hand. So I'm hoping it's going to make life in the motorhome a little bit more easier. Also, what jobs have you worked in your life? In my life, wow. So I left school, worked in a chicken factory in Evisceration. It was called Padley's. Worked there for several years, a couple of years, maybe 2-3 years, something like that. Really, really enjoyed that job. So that was my first job. What was my second one? I do know I worked in a sausage factory for 1 day. Hated it. I absolutely hated it, so I never went back again. I've worked in a mushroom factory. That was good. That was all right. My auntie worked there. Bless her soul. And I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. So I worked in a mushroom factory. Where else have I worked? I've worked in local shops. I was a manageress in 2 shops I've worked in. Fully enjoyed those jobs. If I could go back, I would definitely go back into that sort of line of work. What else have I done? Worked in another factory, sort of electrical factory. Yeah. Oh, and I've done lots of cleaning as well. I used to have like a little cleaning job down at a little nursery. Used to go cleaning houses, sort of businesses, pubs, offices, stuff like that with my auntie and my mother. I've done a bit of everything. So that's a little quick rundown. Right, let's move on to Elaine Aga. Do you live full time in a motorhome? We do, Elaine. And it might seem like a simple question to ask, but not everybody knows that I've come, if you haven't come over from the Travel Trolls channel, you won't know that. So I appreciate your question, Elaine. Yes, we've lived in our motorhome for three years, both me and Dad. Absolutely love it. And next question, a closer walk with thee. Where do you get your sense of style? Like, what influences your choices? Totally love your style. My style of clothes, do you mean? I don't know. I've always just been, I feel like my sense of clothing is quite basic, but I'm one of these, I never really want to fit in with the others. You know, I've never been one of these that I couldn't, for one, I could never afford to keep up with fashion, but for 2, I was never really into fashion and stuff. For me, pair of blue jeans, white t-shirt or a jumper or something, simple. I like that, but I do like the old vintage stuff as well. I don't know why I like that. I don't know. I just love that, them kind of clothes. But thank you. Do appreciate your question. England AV has asked, would you do a vid on the Xmas dinner in your motorhome? Of course, England. That is the plan. Well, it depends. Depends what we're doing this year, actually. We've not fully decided. But if we do get to cook a dinner, yes, absolutely, I will be filming that. And my next question comes from the lovely Favourites, which is a family member. Thank you, Favourites. Hi Mazzy, do you ever empty the toilet, and how many miles have you travelled in the van since owning it? I would empty the toilet. I have done once, I think, which is one of my very first videos on my channel. If not, go back and have a look. Oh, it made me retch. Would I do it again if I had to? If I had to, yes. But we call him sort of like, we know our kind of roles in the van, and Dan does all that, so I'll leave it to him. And what was the other one? How many miles have we travelled in the van? Oh, I think that was on 26,000 when we got it. And I think it's now on about 52,000, which isn't bad for 3 years considering the line of work we do and the amount of travelling we do. Right, oh, the lovely Simon Wilcox is asked. Actually, I bet it's Wendy. Oh, it is Wendy. Hi, Mazzy, it's Wendy. What is your tan you use and how do you put up with Dan? The tan I use 2 different ones. I have a summer one or I have a winter one. The summer one I'll just use Johnson's. No, the winter one I'll use Johnson's. Did I say that? And the summer one I'll use Fake Bake. And how do I pull up with Dan? Quite easily. It's how he puts up with me is the question. Bless him. Next question. Hold on, me kettle. Be right back. And my next question is from the lovely Vicky. Hi Mazzy from Australia. You know how much I love you and all your videos. Thank you, Vicky. Would you ever consider coming over here? I know it's a long way. I think you would love it here. And our easy family attitude. Well, much love, and I'm looking forward to this one. Well, thank you, Vicky, for your question. And of course, we'd always consider anywhere. I think we spoke about this before, though. If we go somewhere like, I don't know, let's just say Australia or over to America or somewhere, we wouldn't be taking this van. I think what we would do is hire something and do it that way. But we'd always consider anywhere, really. Whether we'd go for it or not is another thing. Right, next question. So the next question is from Compton's on Tour. Hi Mazzy, I'd like to ask, what is your favourite thing you like to do in the motorhome on your travels, and what's the least favourite things you enjoy doing? What's the favourite thing I like doing? Well, just travelling really, sort of not having to spend the exact same night in the same spot, if you know what I'm trying to say. So like every day we can just choose where we want to be. What's the worst? So that's probably my favourite. In other words, open my door to wherever, you know, like today now we're outside a beautiful loch and a big mountain kind of range. You know, how lucky are we? And what is your least favourite thing? The cold. I keep saying it, but it's got to be the cold. I hate the cold. Next question from Julie Wilson. Hi Mazzy, which is the best and worst place you have visited while travelling in your camper van? What's the best and the worst? Well, for me, the best has got to be Ireland and obviously Scotland. And the worst for me has definitely got to be then, what's it called? I can't remember the place what it's called. I keep wanting to say it's Essex, but I know it's not Essex. It's the place where we had a lot of incidences in the lay-bys. So I'll just leave it as that. Next question, here could be. At my house tonight, we are talking about fruit. Okay, that's a conversation. We buy weekly, monthly, like bananas, kiwis, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, grapes, pomegranates, now in season, apples, oranges, clementines, among others. What kind of fruit do you and Dan like? Dan won't eat fruit at all. No, that's never going to happen. I'll never see the day of light if he ever has a piece of fruit. If I had to pick a piece of fruit, it'd be an apple. Definitely an apple. But generally we don't really buy them. Now and again I'll buy a pink lady or something. Right, the next question is from Nothing But Elliot. Well, this had to be your kind of question, didn't it? Have you ever seen a ghost, and if so, can you tell us about it? I've never seen a ghost, but I have had a sort of weird experiences. I don't think I'm going into that on this particular video, but thank you, Elliot. If anyone's interested in hearing anything, you know, not everyone sort of believes in that kind of stuff, so I don't want to waste 10 minutes talking about my little experiences if nobody's interested. But thank you, Nothing But Elliot. great question. So if anyone would like to hear any sort of my little ghosty sort of experiences, let me know in the comments down below. Steve's Autos and Trucks, no question, just to say hi, Mazzy. Well, hi, thank you, Steve. And Mary G. How many kids do you have? You look too young to have an adult children. Mary. Well, thank you, Mary. I have 3 children. My eldest was 22 yesterday, and I also have a 19-year-old, and I also have a 9-year-old. They're all beautiful girls, and actually, I don't know if I just said, but it was my eldest birthday yesterday, so sending hugs and birthday wishes. Love you lots. Thank you for the question, Mary. Alison, this is the last question actually. Alison got from I'm so sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Alison, I'll just call you Alison. Hi Mazzy, are you and Dan meeting up with Rob and Lynn? I think they're coming up there soon. How are you both coping with the weather? No, we're not going to be meeting up with Rob and Lynn, Alison. I don't know what happened there. We were supposed to spend Christmas with them, but I think they've changed their plans, which is fine. And how are we coping with the weather? Brilliant. It's all right. I hate the cold and Dan hates the wind and rain, so we're probably in the wrong place for both of those, because that's all you... Oh, I see a boat on the lock. Yeah, the weather is terrible, but we coping all right. It's lovely when you're in the van, because it's cozy, you know, you hear the pitter patter of the rain, etc., and the van's rocking because it's windy. That's great. That's a positive about it. Right, just one massive thank you to you all for your questions. I really appreciated that. That was actually quite fun. I loved your questions. I didn't really particularly go through them as such. Some of them I had when I replied to you. I read through them, but I didn't really think about them. So they were just sort of off the back. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. And like I said, if you haven't seen the part 1 of this Q&A, go back. And also, I wanted to ask which videos you guys wanted to watch. So I've got an option of talking about my anxiety problems that I had to deal with, or a true scary story, or third, let me know down in the comments what video would you like me to do next. Right, I hope you enjoyed that, and until the next one, we'll see you all again soon. Bye.